So you want to tame the wild American frontier and main soldier, huh? Well, congratulations! You've just decided to main the best class in Team Fortress 2, the soldier. Get ready to own your skills and neglect any complaining from your friendly medics about jumping in and instantly dying because you're playing the best class in the game. Why should you listen to them? Of course, you're not a true soldier main until you start acting like one, so let's take you through this quick guide on how to main soldier. Step 1. Loadout. You can't even think about heading out to the battlefield without the right gear, so let's make sure you're set up and ready to solo the enemy team. For your primary, there are a lot of good options, but any true soldier main knows the only viable weapon is the original. Technically, it is a reskin of the stock rocket launcher, but the difference is that it's centered right in the middle of the screen. This means that the rockets you fire will be more accurate than the default rocket launcher, because that thing's at an angle. Your secondary is probably the most important. Since you are a soldier main, you're going to want to use the gunboats because, as we all know, the soldier's job is to jump into groups of enemies and totally annihilate them. Protecting medics and other light classes with a shotgun isn't really a problem for you, since you should just be out there killing stuff. When a medic does make the mistake of healing you, you should just jump away immediately and get back to work soloing the entire team. If the medic dies after that, that's his fault. And for your melee, you're going to want to equip the Market Gardener so that even though you can't actually get any crit kills with it, you want to pretend like you do. When you get into games, you'll have to show dominance over every other player on the server before the round even begins. The easiest way to do this is to equip the most gaudy unusual you own and pair it with the exquisite rack. I would recommend finding an unusual war pig, but since I don't have the money to do that joke, I'll just be using the cosmetics I already have. Step 2. Etiquette. As we all know, you can't just play the class you main in Team Fortress 2, you have to be the class you main in Team Fortress 2. This means that you should keep in mind at all times that you are better than everyone else on the server. Be sure to act accordingly and do the following. Say thanks after every insignificant kill. Taunt every time a crit rocket gets you a kill you didn't deserve. Spam for medic and refuse to attack any enemies until they heal you. You would think that since you main soldier, you should win every round since you can carry every team to victory with your skill, but sometimes you will inevitably lose. Just remember that this is not your fault, and type in chat calling people out on your team. They could use a constructive criticism from a TF2 god like yourself. Step 3. Training. No one becomes the best of the best overnight, so you're going to have to undergo rigorous training to learn the ins and outs of becoming an expert soldier. But how do you do this? Well, this is easy. Rocket jump maps. Rocket jump maps place you in the most realistic situation in which to practice rollouts on maps you will definitely play on in the future. Don't waste your time learning the basics. You need to learn how to perform crazy jumps that only several hours of actual practice can let you learn. If you keep failing, then give up, because you're obviously not going to get any better even if you only spend 5 minutes on it. Now that you've inevitably given up on learning actual rocket jump techniques, you're finally ready to call yourself a soldier main. When you get out there, don't forget that many people are going to be in awe of your amazing skill as a soldier main, and take a few moments to thank them. Remember, not everyone can be like you. Well, almost everyone. Here's to all the times we're gonna have. Cooked up for you with the two best looking babes I've seen all year.